स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय Ramakrishnaय te namaha. The Gospel of Ramakrishna. Lighting the lamp of knowledge in the chamber of your heart, behold the face of the Mother, Brahman's embodiment. We discussed about this in the last class. Continuing this one. In some people, spiritual consciousness has already been awakened, but they have special marks. They do not enjoy hearing or talking about anything but God. They are like the chatak, which prays for rain water, though the 7 oceans, the Ganges and Jamuna, and the rivers near it are all filled with water. It won't drink anything but rainwater, even though its throat is burning with thirst. So, the spiritual consciousness has already been awakened. The spiritual consciousness. We are conscious of this world. We have external awareness filled with the world. Inner awareness is empty. Inner awareness pertains to the spiritual existence, and external awareness pertains to this world. We try to bring even the thought of God, something like an object of the external world. Our innermost core, as I sleep in a deep sleep, how deep I have gone. To that depth, I have to go inward journey by turning myself into the depth of my being. There in meditation, that part, the inner spiritual existence, this is bodily existence. Body, energy, that's pranas, senses, mind, intellect, all this pertains to external bodily existence. There is spiritual existence within. I am unaware of it. The moment I slowly become aware of my inner divinity, I start perceiving the same divinity in others. As long as I am body, I will be seeing bodies alone in this world. Every form of the world, any person creates likes and dislikes for me, fear and anxiety in me. But when I see the divine penetrate through, like X-ray penetrating through the body and perceiving the bones within, I am unable to perceive the divine pervading all this because I have not seen the divine within me. So beyond my bodily existence is that spiritual existence. Awareness of it, constant awareness. I am divine. I have not realized, but that awareness, oh, I am divine. That awareness, I start feeling. Realizations come much later. We start feeling our own divinity. So, to awaken this divinity, we do all the spiritual practices just to shift our awareness to our inner being. Similarly, as much I go within me, I can perceive the within of the others. Once I see the divine within me, I start seeing divine in everyone. Later on, finally, we see divine in even matter. Matter, only Sat aspect is seen, Chit is unseen, and Ananda here and there we perceive according to our attitudes. Some beautiful scene may show Ananda to me, may create Ananda. It may be expressing Ananda. But in its own existence, a plant or any object, it is in its own joy. Be even a stone, it is in its own joy. Ananda is there, which we cannot perceive. But we can perceive the stone matter, I am able to see it's a Sat existence, Sat, Chit, consciousness, existence, consciousness, bliss, absolute. This consciousness is, here a consciousness is there. Later on ultimately I see everything filled with divine, and divine has become all this. That is the Vishwarupa. To see everything pervaded by God and God alone existing. Now, this little consciousness, that is Chaitanya, Chaitanic awareness comes, then I don't enjoy because I don't see. I don't see the object as object of enjoyment in this world. Just like when we are extremely small children, how we used to play with the toys, and every toy was alive for us. We would make it sleep, cover, put fan, feed food, everything with a toy. And now, as we grow, we don't see the object of life, we don't see any enjoyment in playing with those toys anymore. Like that, when he grows, spiritual awareness dawns in a person. He doesn't see any object of enjoyment of the world as enjoyment. So, he is neutral to the external world. He is conscious of divine within. This makes him not to get indulged or seek the external worldly prospects. It seeks the spiritual prospects, spiritual evolution. These are the people. In some people, spiritual consciousness has been awakened, but they have special marks. They do not enjoy hearing or talking about things but God. They enjoy anything, spiritual matters, everything. But when you worldly things start discussion or talk, they silently, slowly, they disappear from the scene. This is one of the signs of the in some people. That's what he gives the example of Chataka bird. Chataka bird is always, there is a bird, at least we might be able to get the information, some sources, but as I have known, this bird cannot drink the water from below. It cannot suck. The herbivorous animals suck water. Cow and all, it will suck. Horses will suck water. And the carnivorous animals lick and drink. Suppose you keep water for a dog, it will lick and drink. It cannot suck because its mouth formation is such that it cannot suck. So birds have the beak in such a way it can pack and take it out and drink. It will catch, it will lift the head above and drink. In this Chataka bird, there is a hole. in the throat. It takes water, it will flow out. So it waits for the water to fall on the top, from the top. And when rainwater comes, it starts drinking. That's what I have heard, but authentic sources I do not know, and whether it's a mythological or anything. Might be mythological also, but there might be the truth also. But anyway, the purpose to make us understand is it doesn't, anything that has touched the world, water, rainwater that has fallen on the ground, it doesn't. Pure water as it is, pure thoughts, pure divine, all positivity and all spiritual matters. Positivity is one of the world. World has two, positive and negative forces. Beyond positive and negative forces is the divine, spiritual things. Spiritual things belongs to a realm beyond the relative existence. The positive and negative thoughts all pertain to the external world, and there is no logic or reasoning in the spiritual world. Here logic and reasoning work within the space and time bound relative existence. Beyond relativity, in the transcendental, there is no logic, or it has its own laws of bliss absolute. The master wanted to hear a few songs. Ramlal and a Brahmin official of the temple garden sang, "Dwell, O Lord, O lover of bhakti, in the Vrindavan of my heart, and my devotion unto thee will be thy Radha dearly loved." Dwell, O Lord, O lover of bhakti, in the Vrindavan of my heart. Here, the bhakti is usually the term used for love of God given by a devotee to God, bhakti, wherein he is as if he is sharing his heart, he is pouring his love at the feet of the Lord. When the love is aimed to the divine, to the spiritual entity, then it's called bhakti. And when it is turned to the world, my own dear, even if my own child, one's own child, if he focuses the love, it is called priti. Priti is what we show to the world, affection, priti. That is called bhakti. In priti, I take care, I give concern, all that. A kind of affectionate love remains. I enjoy its well-being. It is unhappy, I also become unhappy. But I can't share anything. When it comes to the spiritual world, when it is aimed to God, it is sharing. I cannot share my heart with anybody because it is a spiritual heart which is beyond the perception and holdings of the world. I can share now my thoughts, I can share with anybody. My feelings I cannot share. Feelings come through the thoughts, it becomes already limited and distorted. It doesn't convey what exactly I feel. Even loneliness or anything, I cannot express how I feel. Feeling cannot be conveyed, but thoughts can be conveyed. So information can be conveyed. So here, similarly, this spiritual love towards the divine, comes from the innermost core, the heart of man, not the feeling heart even, not even the physical heart, not the feeling heart. Feeling heart comes within the range of mind, ending of mind. And spiritual heart comes at the core of my being, on which the three bodies, gross, subtle and causal, are mounted, on which I pass through the three states of existence, Jagra, Swapna, Sushupti. That core is that cannot be shared with anyone. It can be shared only with the divine. All physical feelings also I can express to someone. So what I express to the world is my external, because it's an external object. The core of my being, the heart, when it is shared with God. My love God, you are not body. Love world, you are not spirit. This difference, loving God, your spirit is projecting out, your bodily existence is going down. Slowly, totally it hides off. When you get the vision of God, you don't have a body. It has totally become still like a corpse. So when you are in the world, worldly attractions, worldly possessions, worldly awareness, there is no God, there is no spirit. It is world, matter. Matter and spirit are entirely different. So material being can be shared with the world and it becomes preeti. Spiritual world, spiritual being can be shared only with God and it is bhakti. My existence I am sharing there. Bhaj is to share. Bhajati. Bhajasva. Share. I give a fruit and ask my friend to share with his another friend. Share it. Bhajasva. Phalam bhajasva. Share with your friend. So there we see bhaja has the meaning to share. And the spiritual heart cannot be shared with anyone because everybody is matter. Matter cannot, just like I cannot bring anything from dream world and distribute to the people here. Nor I can collect anything from here, from the people and give to the people in my dream. They belong to different realm, different level of consciousness. Like that, spirit and matter belongs to different level of consciousness. So here, dwell, O Lord, lover of bhakti. When a soul wants to give himself, share himself with God, God loves that. God expects you to give an important thing we have to practice in our life, always, in our meditations and all that. Somehow to be aware of my existence independent of body. I have to cultivate it. Oh, I have an existence independent of body. How I separate totally from this body when I sleep. Until I wake up again, I am entirely unconnected with the external physical body. So I have what could that be? When we were joining as brahmacharis, the senior swamis used to advise us, hereafter, you have a new birth now. You have left the home and come. You have a new birth. After this, don't link yourself to the past person who has left the home and come. Never to link back to the old personality. It's a new birth. Break it off. So, and how to cultivate new awareness? They used to tell, think upon yourself as a beautiful god or goddess. So many gods and goddesses are there. Divine being, child of God, something like that. And we were asked not to look into the mirror. For decades we have not seen into mirror our own face. so that we forget our personality altogether, even shaving and all that we do without a mirror. We get so much accustomed and we don't use any shaving cream and all that while taking bath. Just the same soap which is on the body will finish the shaving also. So the chance of seeing again and identifying with that bodily existence slowly drops away. How I look like, how is my form, will be gone away. Once your spiritual awakening is over, you can sit day and night with the mirror. Nothing happens because you are already disconnected from the physical body internally. It's called breaking the Brahma Granthi. With spiritual awakening, the bodily tie between the Chaitanya and this one breaks off. So here we see the new awareness dawning. So this I am always keep I am a divine being, not this bodily existence. I have a beautiful form within. That awareness of your own identity in your own mind, which is when we are daily separating from this body, one day we are going to permanently separate at the time of death. Temporary separation is sleep, permanent separation is death. So the divine being, the angel in this earth, the God in this earth will be leaving the body and going. This is one awareness that we have to create independent, my existence independent of body. Then try to search also, where is that I am? How I identify with the physical body and look at this world, become aware of this world. Similarly in dream, I identify with the dream body, which is kalpanika sharira, created by my own mind. I am identifying with experiencing the joys and sorrows of life. Who am I? In deep sleep, I don't know whether I exist or not. Who am I in this body? Try to analyze, where is that I? How is that I? Self-introspection, self-analysis has to constantly go on. Then comes another, this one, when we meditate. Meditate on God with form within the heart of our being, facing as we are. My body, in which way it is facing, in the same way we see our Ishtadevata sitting in our heart. Here, when you want to do the worship, mental worship, your body is sitting like a temple, deep within is the image of your Ishtadevata. You have to project yourself outside and go within. We do the same thing in dream. In dream, my body, physical body will be lying down. My dream body, with the dream body, I move about freely in dream world. How I disconnect from this body and move about, in meditation same thing happens. You project your own image, and that image is real image of your existence which is going to be. So you are entering as if body with God sitting inside, and you are moving within towards the divine. You clearly start feeling the presence of God and your part independent of the bodily existence. This separation is most important part to know my spiritual existence independent of body. You sit in front of the deity's image in your heart and wash his feet, wipe, put chandan, put tilaka, and all it is happening. You are sitting in front of the deity within your heart, and it is actual truth. In the heart, the Jivatman and Paramatman are sitting together. When the Jivatman comes into existence, the Paramatman has to be there with it. Otherwise it has no existence. It is Veshti Chaitanya cannot exist without the Samashti Chaitanya. There cannot be pot space without the room space. There is a pot without a room is not possible. So pot space is there means there is a space around also, in which observer is also there. So the existence of a jiva confirms the existence of the universe. Universe exists, there is the absolute existence also exists. Individual soul, cosmic soul, and the absolute existence. So three different parts of existence. So this we have to slowly cultivate, to be aware of my, this is the spiritual consciousness, Sri Ramakrishna says, and this loves God. This comes in contact with it. This is the part which is going to realize and play with the God in the Chidakasha within your bodily existence. So try to identify yourself. When you become the awareness, I am a sinner, I have done all wrong things in my life, all that are connected with body and mind. You are independent of that. So nothing can stain you. Nothing can. The moment you are aware of the spiritual existence, first thing you drop off is, bodily actions and mental actions do not stain me anymore. Because you have known yourself independent of body. So contemplate, meditate on yourself and imagine, beginning with imagine, it slowly enters into our inner awareness and it awakens the real being of my own existence. I have been waking state, I have identified with body, I do not know who am I. How I identify also I do not know. Nature separates me, nature makes me identified. But I know the separation and identification happening, I can understand. So I can imagine, this imagination begins with the imagination, and the imagination ends with the identification of the real being within me. I have lost my identity, identifying with this body. I gain back my real identity of being spirit. So this identification, we have to begin always being aware of my spiritual existence, independent of body. This is a practice, this is a cultivation. Slowly we grow into it. So here we see in the song, dwell, O Lord, O lover of bhakti, in the Vrindavan of my heart. Om Niranjanam Nityamanantarupam Bhaktanukampa Dhritavigraham Vai Ishavataram Parameshamidhyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha.